Sawadee krap, I'm JP Mestanza. It's Friday, May 10th. You're watching Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. A 33-year-old man is now in police custody for the acid attack on Soi Tai Yet in Chalong on Tuesday, with reporters now quoting a friend of the victim who says that the suspect was never in a relationship with the victim, but instead, she was the object of his desires. At about 11:20 p.m. on Tuesday, police say that the suspect had driven his motorbike to the fitness and martial arts street Soi Tai Yet in Chalong to a pharmacy on the southeastern portion of the road. He parked outside a pharmacy where the victim worked and allegedly splashed acid onto the victim before he fled on his motorbike. The victim, a Thai woman, was rushed to a local hospital for treatment. At the scene, police found a yellow bottle of the liquid used in the attack. Police launched an investigation and identified the suspect as 33-year-old Chairi Pano, who was later picked up on an arrest warrant at a rented house near a primary school in Chalong. Police later learned that following the attack on Tuesday night, he allegedly sought medical attention at a hospital in Phuket town and then sought refuge at a friend's place in Samkong before hiding out at another friend's house in Chalong. A friend of the victim told reporters that Chairi and the victim were not in a relationship and never had been, but the victim was the object of Chairi's desire, though the feelings were not reciprocated. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. It was a busy day in Phuket for Deputy Premier and Interior Minister Anutin as he ran around the island declaring crackdown campaigns against illegality and later presided over a victory ceremony at one of the island's main beaches over graft and illegal encroachers. Anutin began his foray in Phuket on Thursday with an assembly in front of 550 officers at the Phuket Provincial Police Station, which also included some of the island's top officials, including the Phuket governor. He addressed the need to tackle various forms of criminal activities urgently. That campaign is focused on organizing social order and targeting influential figures, both foreign and domestic. Later, the Interior Minister made his way to another part of the island to announce action against at least 19 tourist accommodation venues deemed to be operating illegally as hotels. The results were part of a crackdown on influential people on the island, which he says found 19 establishments providing daily rooms without a hotel license, saying that many of the illegal hotels were located in the Malian Plaza area in Patong, as well as in other areas in Katu district. Together, the inspection found that the hotels provided over 800 rooms illegally. This crackdown came after a ministerial regulation change came into effect last year, though Phuket remained the only province in the country where the bureaucratic mechanisms were not in place to allow small and boutique hotels to register to become legally recognized as hotels under the law. Anutin's day wasn't done, as he also presided over a ceremony at Ley Phang beach on Thursday to declare victory over illegal encroachers who attempted to claim ownership of land along the pristine beachfront that was valued at tens of billions of baht. Also present was the Phuket governor Sopon Suwanarat and a host of local officials from the Chengtalay area, as well as from the Phuket Land Office, which decades ago originally issued the land documents the occupiers used to try to claim the land. While it's highly likely that Anutin's trip to Phuket had long been planned with local officials, his trip to the island came just about a day after the Prime Minister, Srettha ordered the Ministry of Public Health to relist cannabis as a Category 5 narcotic by the end of this year. Anutin, who is head of the Boomjai Thai Party and part of the coalition government, he was the public health minister when the law was changed back in 2022 during the previous administration. And his party has been among the most prominent in Thai politics advocating for decriminalization of cannabis. For more, visit thephuket.news.com.
I was sure that it'll be easier to clear you from my mind. I wish you fall out from the window, take a bad trip to the ground. Ooh. Ain't been the pleasure, see your pressure just before you break a bone.
Authorities in Bangkok have arrested a British man and taken him back to Phuket to face charges stemming from him leaving negative reviews of a Phuket restaurant following a dispute with the owner. The Central Investigation Bureau of the Royal Thai Police, the CIB of the RTP, announced the arrest this week, and while they did not reveal the exact date of the arrest, we do know that the whole thing stems from a conflict that took place 2 years ago in 2022. The British man, who has only been identified as Alexander, was staying at a rental accommodation in Phuket. Authorities say that the most convenient path to his accommodation at that time was through an Italian restaurant, which Alexander used, and the conflict began when the owner of the restaurant asked him to use the main route to not disturb diners. A police complaint was later filed after the owner of the venues noticed that his restaurant's Google rating plummeted from 4.9 stars to 3.1 stars. Due to many one-star reviews, the owner accused Alexander and filed the police complaint here in Phuket. Alexander was arrested in Bangkok and charged specifically with entering false information into a computer system in a way that is likely to cause damage to others. He was taken from Bangkok to Saku police station in the north of the island this week to answer for the charge. What do you think about this story? Let us know in the comments. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. It's official, visa exemptions for tourists from India and Taiwan have been extended for an additional 6 months, all in a bid to stimulate the economy. India was the fourth largest tourist market in Thailand last year, as the country welcomed 1.62 million visitors from the Indian subcontinent in 2023, much of them arriving in the later half of the year. The visa exemption scheme was introduced for both Indian and Taiwanese tourists in November of last year, allowing them to stay in the kingdom up to 30 days instead of 15 days, and was originally set to expire this week. Earlier this week, however, Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin announced the extension of the visa waiver to continue until November 11 of 2024 in order to capitalize on the success of the initial visa waiver that began last year. In the first 4 months of this year, Thailand has so far welcomed over 12 million foreign tourists, a 39% increase from the same period last year. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Phuket Xtra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. We'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay classy, Phuket.
Phuket's rapid modernization has made it one of the world's premier holiday destinations. Investors can still buy quality condominiums for as low as $75,000 and luxury properties can go all the way up to 20 million. Condominiums in Phuket are a safe, secure bricks-and-mortar investment offering foreigners freehold ownership. Call or email Thai Residential, Phuket's #1 trusted real estate advisor, to find your perfect Phuket property.